President, that you are with us. We've got 40 of the most prominent presidents from different countries. And I know a few said, if I don't introduce them to you, they will not be very happy. So if you indulge me for 1 minute, President, I'm going to start with the President of Morocco. Can you please stand up, Fouzi? Fouzi Laja, can you just stand up? Merci. Can we clap hands for Fouzi, please? Okay. And then I introduced our first Vice President, Senghor, who's the President of Football in Senegal. Can we clap hands for Senghor? Okay. And the second Vice President is from Mauritania. He's the President of Football in Mauritania, but the second Vice President of CAF. Can we clap hands for him, please? Yeah. I need the clapping to be a little bit more exciting, more. And then from Djibouti, the President of Football from Djibouti. Can we clap hands for him as well? And then from Cameroon, they say that in Cameroon they are also as tall as the people in Rwanda, but you can see he's very tall. From President of Cameroon. And then there's the President of Seychelles. She's our fifth Vice President. What did I say? What country did I say? Comoros. I said Seychelles. Seychelles, they promised me a holiday home. Comoros. Thank you. And then next to her, President, and she's the first female, inspired by the good work you do here, to lead not just in Africa, in the world, in terms of female participation. She's the first Vice President of CAF. Next to her is Amaju Pinnick, the President of Football from Nigeria. Can we clap hands for Amaju? He said that if he wasn't a citizen of Nigeria, he would like to be a citizen of Rwanda. I don't know how. Yeah. Next to him is our brother from Uganda, the President of Uganda. Can we clap hands for him? Next to him is our President from Libya. President from Libya. Can we clap hands for Libya? Wonderful. And next, the President of Benin, beautiful country. They'll be hosting the Confederations Cup. President of Benin. And the next one is from Liberia. They were hosting us in Liberia with George Weah. And Sudan, Somalia. Yeah. President of Somalia, can we clap hands for him? Our leader from Cote d'Ivoire, he was the former president and my personal advisor, Jacques Anouma. Who's next to him? Is it local? Or is it the management? Or is it local? I want to introduce your ministry to you. If I go, one of our excellent ladies, who is president from Sierra Leone and vice president, it helps on the women's as well. Wonderful. Aisha. Our brother from Burkina Faso, president, former president, but also part of the Exco. He's a general. You know, generals are special. A colonel. Woohoo! He's a colonel. So I feel very comfortable when I've got the colonels next to me. And our brother from Gabon, yeah, Pierre Alain Gabon. He's always wanted to be a general, but you know, he's got to become a colonel as well. And then next to him, the president from Botswana. Can we clap hands for him? And then the president from, now he's a colonel as well, eh? Yeah, we've got, you know, we feel safe, from Niger. Yeah, they, you know, one of our most outstanding leaders, colonel from Niger, leader of football. And then the other one is from Seychelles, president from Seychelles. Can we clap hands for him? The one next to him, I don't know where he's from, but he's from Rwanda. Sorry, he's from South Africa. Sorry, can you stand up? The president from South Africa. Wonderful. He's from South Africa, but as I said, he says he wouldn't mind to get citizenship in Rwanda. And who's next to him? Sorry? Oh, President. He is, because it is an open session, we ask the presidents of the zones as well. He's our leader in Tanzania. He's the big, excellent work, good work, president from Tanzania. Can we clap hands for him, please? And that one is the president of COSAFA, The other one is the president of the region, CAF, where Tanzania is. The other one is the president from, no, keep standing, COSAFA, Dr. Chinyangwa is the president of COSAFA from you see he's taking a photo, he's from COSAFA, but from Zimbabwe. Can we clap hands, please? Yeah, thank you. He says he's going to show the president of Zimbabwe that I was with your brother today. And then, bonjour, mon frère, president of Wafu A, that's right, but also president of Guinea-Conakry. They always give me beautiful food when I'm in Guinea-Conakry. Can we clap hands for him as well? So that's all, eh? Yeah. Thank you so much, President. It's a deep, deep honor for us, huge honor to be home. You do exceptional work, provide leadership, not just in this country, but on the continent. I've had the honor of, over many, many years, seeing you represent Africa, talk on behalf of us, and make us proud in terms of the partnerships that we are building with the rest of the world. And of course, today it's about football and the unique role that football plays in the lives of millions and millions of our people. And it's a great honor for us to have really one of the most outstanding leaders on the continent who inspires and makes all of us very proud. And you show us in your beautiful country what can be done. And also your commitment to football, your commitment to sports overall is something that inspires all of us. And we also say that in you, we don't only have an ambassador, we've got a partner who talks on our behalf with all of the other presidents, with all of the other heads of states in Africa, to say to them, we have to work together to support the most popular sport, football, on the continent. It's an honor to have you here, President, and we are home and we are grateful that you'll spend a few minutes talking to us. And I also want to thank our brother for the deep love he has, not just for football, but for Africa, and the huge support that he provides, because we need partners. To get Africa to be amongst the best in the world, we need FIFA, and President, we are very honored to have you. Can you please clap hands and stand up for our President, please?
Okay, very good. So you still have to wait a few more minutes before you can hear President Paul Kagame. Let me say how happy I am, President, to be here in Kigali, to be back in Rwanda, to be back home. This country is not only a beautiful country, but it is an incredible example of what leaders, what unity, what commitment and work can achieve. It's a country to which I am particularly close because in this country a lot has happened during my first campaign to become FIFA president. The Shan was being played here in Kigali, in Rwanda. I attended the opening, I attended the final, in which the RDC won the trophy under a rain storm. And of course, I attended many meetings with many people, some of which voted then for me, some of which voted for somebody else. But it was an incredible experience because I had the honor as well to meet you, President. And to learn immediately that not only you are a great leader and the testimony is simply this country, you walk out of this hotel, you walk around the city, you walk around the country, you see that. Doesn't need any explanation. But I met already a person who is a true football fan. And as a true football fan and a true football person, President, you live the values of our sport. And we are saying it, of course, but maybe we are not always objective when we say this. Football is more than just a sport. Football is a school for life. Football is teaching us so many things. Football is teaching us to be part of a team, for example. It's teaching us that alone we cannot achieve anything. Football is teaching us respect. Respect for the rules, respect for our opponents, respect for a referee who has to apply the rules. Football is teaching us to win, but it's teaching us also to lose. And more importantly, it's teaching us that after you lose a game, there is a next game coming up very soon and you want to go and win that next game. So it's teaching us resilience and to stand up to new challenges, to new games for football. And your personal history, President, the history of this country, the way in which this country has become an example not only for East Africa, not only for Africa, but for the entire world, shows us really that everything is possible. Everything is possible. We just need to want it, and then we need to do it. And this is what you, President Kagame, have been doing here and are doing in Africa. This is what we try, and I said this to our sisters and brothers and colleagues and friends here earlier this morning. This is what we all together want to do and try to do for Africa and African football. To rewrite glorious pages of African football, not only for Africa, but for the world. We want African football to shine all over the world. We want to show to the world what can be done here, not only in terms of talent, which is in every corner of every street, in every country in this beautiful continent, but also in terms of results, in terms of achievements, in terms of football infrastructure, football competition, in terms of development of talent. What you have done here is an example for all of us. We have been and are working together on many, many different areas, starting from governance, going through infrastructure and to competition, but also, and we'll hear in a few minutes from Arsene Wenger, development of football. Because we need to give every talent a chance. And if you look at how many talents there are in Africa, in Rwanda, but in all other African countries as well, who never get a chance, it is our responsibility to give them an opportunity, to give them a chance. For this reason, we are all here. For this reason, we take example from you. And again, thank you very much for the honor you give us to be with you and for you to be with us. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, mon frère. Just before we hand over to the President, I'd like the General Secretary of CAF just to stand up, please, so that we recognize him. Veron Musenga Omba. Can we clap hands for him as well? And finally, one of the best coaches ever, mon frère Veron, welcome. One of the best coaches ever who's going to make a presentation and in a class of his own, His Excellency. Arsene Wenger, can you please stand up so that we clap hands for him? Arsene is there at the back. Thank you. He'll be making a presentation later and we want to learn from him so that we can become better in Africa. President, thank you so much. Thanks. Yes, please. Can we clap hands for our president, please?
Well, a good morning to you all. First, very pleased, and I know I'm saying it on behalf of my country, men and women, and also government, to have you here is a badge of honor for us, and not only in the footballing aspect, but also in many other ways. So I wanted to start on note of welcoming you. And I do that starting with the friends and brothers who are here, all of you, starting with my brother, friend, Gianni, the president of FIFA, and also my younger brother and friend, Patrice, the president of CAF, and a singular honor to recognize each one of you here today in your capacities also, and thank you for being available for this event you organized to take place here in our country. I will not take so much in terms of introduction, but the two brothers I'm sitting with here at the high table, on this end of it, I have known for a long time, not only just known, but also shared many things, and our minds are more or less synchronized on what to do for sport, for football, famously for that, but also how that translates into tangible things to improve lives, and particularly for our continent, the continent of Africa. They have so much in them to give, and I have love for Africa as well. I have enjoyed working with them, I have enjoyed knowing them, and as I said, we are a family. It's not just a friendship. And so do we feel we extend that to you or get that from you, those who have honored us to be here for this. Now, I do politics for a living, if I may start with that. But I also make sure that I have to do or get involved with good politics. It's not just politics, it has to be good politics. And because of that background, I find almost in everything politics, or there is a convergence between politics and everything else. And that is not by accident. It's because there are similarities irrespective of whatever sector you're looking at. If you look at sports teams, clubs, whatever, from football to any other sport, builds on a number of things. And it becomes similar to everything we do in politics, whether it is government or any other kind of politics. It's about leadership. You have to have leaders. You have to have a vision. And then when it comes down to details, you find in our daily exercise of duty, we want to work as a team, whether it is football or any other sport or government and so on. In the same exercise of duty, we want to be also humble about it. That's what will give us maximum results. There is humility in what we do so that we maximize the benefits and the outcomes of whatever we do. We find competition. We have to be competitive in whatever we do. This is all for maximizing on the outcomes of what we do. We have to work together, not only as teams that are involved in doing whatever specific task, but we also think about others beyond our specific teams. These are even the funds. If you have a government, like I lead one, you see all that through it. It's a government, it's a team, but a team serving what purpose? It's for the citizens of our country. Apart from a vision, therefore, you also have to have an ambition. You have to have a drive. You want to achieve. And in this achieving, there is nobody excluded, including yourself. Maybe start with yourself. Achieving gives you a level of satisfaction. But do you want to achieve alone? Do you want to be satisfied alone? Then you have breached certain rules of the principles I was talking about, because you can't be happy alone until members of the team and beyond are also happy. So that means you have to be thinking of others. And I find that convergence every day, whichever way you look at it. Convergence, whether it is government, whether it is clubs, whether it is teams, whether it is whatever, in whatever sport, or particularly in football. And since we are here for football, I'll just confine my remarks a little bit now to that. The ladies, the distinguished ladies and gentlemen who are here with us, I'll just try to find a message for you. And that is, this is football we are talking about globally. That's why you have the president of FIFA and his team here. But there is Africa as well, and this is what all of you represent. You have president of CAF. So, therefore, if we carry in our minds that convergence we're talking about, we have a duty to football, but we have a duty to Africa as well, and to the Africans. So what do we aspire in delivering our mission? as representatives, as leaders in football as a sport, but also what that means to our continent, our African continent. None of us here does not know our problems. And we have our problems, whether it is in politics, as I said, but I will spare you that for today. I won't talk about it. And in fact, then that means we also have problems in our football organizations and setup. And we affect each other. There again, it is that convergence. So for football, whether you are new leaders here today or have been there before, it's all the same. We know what we represent and what we want. So what is our mission? What do you feel, you individuals, that you should be looking at or doing differently for us to be able to deliver our mission of improving, whether it is politics or particularly football on our continent? I guess this is our task. I'm not going to tell you what, because you know, and you know better than me, or in your discussions, I'm sure you'll be talking about that. But I will say, because of the vision, because of the ambitions, because of our knowledge of what is possible, and the leaders who spoke before me mentioned that, then we can really start doing exactly that. We can start doing what we need to do that is different, that is going to deliver on the progress of football, development of football on our continent, the management of football on our continent, and deliver better results for all those of us who love football. And I mean, it's going to be the 1.2 billion people of Africa. I don't think there is anybody on our continent who does not love football. And in fact, in loving football, and if we made progress, if we succeeded, we tend to succeed in all other things, including my field, which I said was just about politics. So, can we change our mindsets? This is what I tell my people here in Rwanda, in the field I'm responsible for. There's not a single day that passes without me telling my fellow countrymen and women that, one, we need to look up to ourselves and know that there are things we can do for ourselves and deliver on our improvement, on our development. There are others we cannot do. Maybe we don't have resources in place to do that, but it doesn't mean that tomorrow we won't have those resources or we don't have that capability. So we build towards that, making sure that what we can't do now, we can do tomorrow. And it does not even preclude that we are going to work with partners. Partners bring a lot to us, and in fact, sometimes, and many times, they fill the gaps that exist. In that area where I said, there are things we cannot do now, but we can do tomorrow. Sometimes they come in between and fill the gaps, and we find in the partnership we have been enabled to do things we thought we were not able to do. but the mindset has to change. All of us here in this room have got to start thinking of doing things differently, thinking about the mission we have, the mission that goes beyond us as individuals, but serves the purpose of people who love football, or even those who don't love it, we want to make them love it. And the mission goes on. But knowing that also football is part and parcel of the politics of our development, the development of the continent. So it's a pleasure for me to have this opportunity at this sort of turning point where there are new leaders, there are new mindsets, there are people, young and old, who really have always been asking this question and trying to answer it when it comes to Africa. Africa, Africa, Africa endowed with so much, so many of us here, capable and should be. But why do we always lag behind on everything, including football or different kinds of sport? We have the talent, enormous talent, probably more and better than you know it in the world. But we only excel, we do well when we are elsewhere, not here. I mean, it must be a question we should really get hold of and find answers for. And I don't mind elsewhere. Elsewhere, this is what I was talking about in terms of partnership. We want to be partners, good partners with the rest of the world. But good partners to be, we must also be ourselves and our best selves, because that is possible. And I'm sure you will answer that as you keep discussing. And for us, we just more than happy as a country, and me personally, and as a team of government, we always are happy, we are always happy to find ourselves contributing even the least bit of what we can, as long as we all come together and serve the bigger purpose. Yes. So we look upon you, we look up to you. We are looking up to you for your contribution as well, for your ambition, and to fit in the vision that has already been set by your leaders, our leaders in this area. But please, mindset change, doing things differently, connecting with people, do things that you are happy about, but be sure that you are not happy alone. You are happy with others. So, the others that we serve. To end, I just, on a light note, I wanted to personally also recognize somebody in the audience who has already been recognized, Arsene Wenger, who is, and there are many reasons I want to do that. It's because he has been, he used to be a coach of my beloved club, which is Arsenal. And not only that, it's just not the beloved club, but he was also an excellent coach. So there was a combination of him coaching my most beloved club in the world. I haven't changed my mind even when he left or when things are not going so well. I'm still in love with the club. But I wanted to recognize him and thank him and also tell him that he did a good job with the club. That is my personal opinion. I'm not passing a statement on behalf of anybody. And I think he will therefore do a good job with the FIFA for the football development. So thank you. We are happy to have you here, Asim, and I wanted to personally mention this. So thank you very much.